Good morning, dear students. How are you? I hope all of you are fine. Do you know me? Do you know me? Yes, you know me very well because we are conducting many live classes, and you know that I am handling your general paper ways with words. Both BA and BCom, you want to study a general paper in your first semester. Its name is ways with words. There are two general papers you want to study. There are two general papers, both BA and BCom. One is ways with words, the other one, yeah, transaction. Transactions, that's oriented, related to grammar section. It is purely literature. It's purely literature. You study a lot grammar, I think so. Okay, we are conducting live classes and take only grammar section. So it is a time to take literature. Okay, are you reading? Are you read books? Are you read books or novel, fiction, short story? You're interested in that one. You're interested in that one. Okay, so here, I'm going to take your first semester general paper. Its name is Ways with Words. Ways with Words. I have already sent this PDF of the study material of your textbook Ways with Words. Okay, you see that one? You see that one? Yeah, and this is only a study material. Okay, that's only a study material. You want to bring the original textbook. Okay, you want to bring the original textbook, and here I will show you the textbook. Okay, and not completely, just like a slide. I make slide, and you can see that one. Okay, text oriented IIT matters. You can see that. So here, your textbook, you can see that the content. Textbook contain, you just look at the screen, you can see that contain though section 1, section 2, section 3 and section 4. Your books is divided into section 1, 2, 3 and 4. So section 1 related to poetry. So there you can see section 1 poetry. There are 6 poems you want to study there. 6 poem. One of first poem at sonnet 29, autumn, Roland, the house of my childhood day, old folks laugh, once upon a time, the times they are a-changing. So these are the poem that is in section 1. Okay, and section 2 related to short stories. Okay, section 2 divides into short stories. That is, there you can see there are 4 short stories you want to study. So appointment in Samara, a shocking accident, lamb to the slaughter, it used to be green ones. These are the 4 short stories that is in section 2. Then section 3 prose. Section 3 prose, there you can see there are 3 proses: night workers and mystery mongers, sense and nonsense at the edge of sign. And prose, only one prose is there. Sorry, section 3 there is only one prose: night workers and mystery mongers. And section 4, one act to play. Okay, it's a drama section, and the drama something unspoken. So this is your textbook. Okay, content of your textbook, and you want to study the old textbook. You want to study this old textbook. And firstly, I would like to start with poetry. Okay, I will handle firstly the your poetry section, sonnet 29. Section 1 poetry, sonnet 29. You see that one? Section 1 poetry. Okay, so here you can see there are a lot of things you want to study here. Poetry is there, short stories and prose, drama. Okay, so many interesting stories are there, so many interesting poems are there, and it's very interesting book. And at the same time, you should also read the textbook. Okay, you should also read the textbook. Got that one? And here, so firstly, I'm going to take your first chapter. I'm going to take your the first poetry, sonnet 29. I know most of the students have no textbook. I know that one. No textbook. Because so here, sonnet 29 by William Shakespeare. Okay, the writer of the sonnet, William Shakespeare. Do you know about William Shakespeare? Do you know William Shakespeare? You know very well because it's a very famous person, so that's why you know that one, William Shakespeare. ചെറിയ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് പോലും അറിയാം വില്യം ഷേക്സ്പിയർ അല്ലേ. So I will so you can see the in your textbook there is an introduction to William Shakespeare. Then here I want to say something about William Shakespeare. I make slide to share to see for you to you can see there about William Shakespeare. Yeah. Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. So I will start with the sonnet 29. I will start the first chapter, the first poetry, sonnet 29 is with words. The first sonnet 29, sonnet 29. Here I want to say something about William Shakespeare, the great writer, the great novelist, the great dramatist, the great playwright, William Shakespeare. So here, William Shakespeare, then he was born on, we know that he was born on, so we can say that he was the god of English literature, isn't it? He was the god of English literature, you can say like that. And here, William Shakespeare was born to John and Mary in Stratford-upon-Avon, England in 1564. He was born on Stratford-upon-Avon in 1564. So where is Stratford-upon-Avon? Yeah, it is in England, Stratford-upon-Avon. And he got his basic English teaching at the age of 6 in King's New Grammar School. Okay, then but many evidences prove that William Shakespeare, whose works are read globally, didn't attend even the basic education. Okay, then William Shakespeare married Annie Hathaway in 1582. Then the couple had 3 children, Susanna, Judith, and Hamnet. And after the birth of the twins, Shakespeare left a few historical traces. Scholars refer to the years between 1585 and 1592 as Shakespeare's last years. So here you can see the slides of William show you many slides related to the life of William Shakespeare. Moreover, that we come to the life of William Shakespeare, we can see that he was born on April 23rd, 1564. Do you know what is the importance of April 23rd in the day April 23rd? We celebrated April 23rd as World you know that one? Yeah, World Book Day. So Shakespeare's birthday was on April 23rd. So this day was celebrated as the World Book Day. And he was born April 23rd, 1564. And he was died on April 23rd, same date. So the importance there, he was born on the same April 23rd and he was died on the same day, April 23rd. See that one, 1564 and 1616 was the life period of William Shakespeare. It's very, very important. So you don't need to study or by heart the life period of almost all writers. No need of that one. But William Shakespeare is very, very important one. We know that was the god of English literature. That is why you should study about William Shakespeare. This is William Shakespeare's life period. So 1564 to 1660 was the life period of William Shakespeare. And he was the author of the approximately 37. He wrote already 37 plays. And his 37 plays, we can see that there are comedies there, tragedies there, tragicomedies, stories, and countless sonnets. So see that one, sonnet. So here we want to study the first chapter, sonnet. We want to study the first chapter, sonnet 29. You see that one, sonnet 29. So what is sonnet? You know what is sonnet? You heard about sonnet? Yeah, you heard that one. You heard the term sonnet. Yeah, sonnet is a 14-lined poem. Okay, sonnet is a 40-lined poem. Okay, got that one. So I will discuss about sonnet and comedy tragedy in the coming classes. So before that, I want to say something about Shakespeare's life. After that, I will come to the topic. After that, I will come to the sonnet section. So when I take that poem, I will discuss that matter. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay. So Shakespeare. So he wrote 37 plays and comedy tragedy songs are there. And you can see the famous plays Romeo and Juliet. Okay, Midsummer's Night's Dream, Julius Caesar, Othello, Hamlet, The Taming of the Shrew, The Winter's Tale, historical, and he also wrote historical plays just like Henry IV, just like, okay, Othello. You heard about Othello? It's a famous play, Othello. Okay, there's a film that's in Malayalam, Kaliyatam. Do you see that? It also got national award for the film. Kaliyatam is in Malayalam. Suresh Gopi and Manju Warrier were the actors of the film. The film Kaliyatam is a very famous work that I think it was released in the year 2000 or something like so, many days back. Okay, so this is the play. This is the drama. Sorry, this is that film is based on the play Othello by William Shakespeare, and Hamlet, Julius Caesar, Merchant of Venice, comical play, Merchant of Venice. Do you heard about it? Macbeth. You heard about Macbeth? You studied, I think you studied in your lower classes, in your class days. Macbeth. Study that one. Okay. So these are the famous works of William Shakespeare. And here, and you can see the Shakespeare's life. And he left the school at the age of 15. And I told you that he married Annie Hathaway. So at the age of 18. Okay, so he married Annie Hathaway at the age of 18, and they had a daughter, Susanna, and twins, Hamlet and Judith. So they were the daughter of William Shakespeare, and Hamlet died at the age of 11 and moved to London later in life and worked as a playwright, that's poet and actor. So after that, we can see on the life of William Shakespeare, there are so many trouble complexities are there. Okay, then he, after this death of his daughter Hamlet, then he just moved to London there in his life, and he there worked as the playwright, poet and actor, and he overcome many trouble, many problems in his life, and later he became the world famous writer, world famous playwright. Got that one? So I will give something about that one. So the time of Shakespeare, we know that England was under the role of Queen Elizabeth. So the time of Shakespeare ruled Queen Elizabeth, and so at that time we can see the plague spread everywhere. The theaters were closed. So he wrote many plays that were staged on the staged on. So at that time the theaters were closed because of the plague. Okay, so here I will discuss it when I take sonnet, because there's a topic there related to this one, and you can see there. Yeah, scholars refer to the years between 5085 and 1592 as Shakespeare's lost years. So we know that he was born on 5064 and 1616. At that time, so when he moved to London, there he wrote, or there he reached the zenith positions of his life. In 1592, the London theatre scene that Shakespeare's writings were called as rubbish by another playwright. So he wrote many plays, but there he faced a lot of troubles. Okay, in London under the Queen Elizabeth period, and afterwards the same playwright documented his biography. Some who criticize, some who blame William Shakespeare. Then you can see there Shakespeare's plays were, you can see the screen, Shakespeare's plays were solely performed by Lord Chamberlain Theatres Company in 1594, of which Shakespeare himself was one of the actors. Okay, Shakespeare already he was one of the actors in there, and in which company? Lord Chamberlain Theatre Company in 1594. Okay, and you can see that after the Queen Elizabeth died, and the new king James I issued a royal patent to the company, and it was renamed as the King's Man. Okay, so after the death of Queen Elizabeth, so the new king James has issued the royal patent to the company, and he renamed the company's name as the King's Man. Third, after the establishment of the new company, his plays began to be published in 1594. Okay, his plays began to be published in which year? 1594. And there you can see in 1598, William Shakespeare's name appeared on the title pages of the work. In 1598, William Shakespeare's names appeared on the title pages of the work, and by 1599, he was one of the greatest writer. Okay, he got the what do we say, appreciation from the from others. Okay, and he continued writing until at least 1613. So we know that he died on 1616, so he continued his writing until at least 1613. And he wrote, I told you that he wrote many plays. So one of the famous plays of William Shakespeare, that's Hamlet, and you can see there Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, you heard about Julius Caesar? You heard about Julius Caesar? Do you know the famous course of Julius Caesar? There is a course in Julius Caesar. You know that one? Which one? Julius Caesar. You heard about it? Yeah. Hmm? Somebody who says, I think so. Yeah. Vannu Kandu Kiradaki. You hear that? You hear that one? That's from Julius Caesar. Come and conquer. You see that one? Vannu, come. Yeah. So and conquer. Vannu Kandu Kiradaki. So this is a very famous quotes by in which drama? You can see William Shakespeare's Julia Caesar. Then you can see he already wrote Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, Macbeth. You see the frailty is thy name of woman. You heard the famous quotes by William Shakespeare. Frailty is thy name of woman. ചാബല്യമേ നിന്റെ പേരാണോ സ്ത്രീ എന്ന് ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഫേമസ് കോട്ട് കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? സോ ബൈ വില്യം ഷേക്സ്പിയർ. And here so when we come to his literature section, that means when we come to the writing style, we can say that talking about the style Shakespeare's adapted for his work, we can see it was extremely innovative. So it was extremely innovative. So that's why we can see that when we look the works of the writers, we can see something new, some new style, new structure, or what we say, new content, new theme that's already established by William Shakespeare. So we can say that it was extremely innovative. Okay, then he adapted the traditional and conventional style in his own way, and by adding metaphors and rhetorical phrases, okay, to his work. And last he died on 23rd April 1616 at the age of 52. At the age of 52 at his hometown. At his hometown. So he died within a month of signing his will, a document which he gives to his daughter Susanna. So so he died on, I told you that, 1564 April 23rd, and his last words, that's written, see there, I will curse anybody who disturbs my remains. So some cards are there, some cartings you can see there. You can see there on his funeral, dead body. You can see there, on his tomb, some records are there, some writings are there. His last word, what is his last word? See there, I will curse anybody who disturbs my remains. So he remains there. Okay, then William Shakespeare, I told you that he had more than 30 years, written already 30 plays and 150 short and long poems, and he credited more than 3,000 words to the English language, and he's called as the god of English literature. He's called as the god of English literature. No doubt at all. No doubt at all. We can call him as the god of English literature, no doubt at all, because he had written already 38 plays, and he wrote many short stories and dramas, historical plays. Okay, moreover that he gave us a lot of, what do we say, when we read the works of Shakespeare, we can understand that when we go to his life, we can see that he didn't get proper education, but still he remained in the minds of the people, in the minds of the readers. Got that one? So we when we think about, when we read a work, when we go to the literature section, we select, or we look, firstly we call the name Shakespeare, the first person Shakespeare. He was the god of literature. We say, like, he was born, we know that 16th century he was born. So at that moment, so it is the 21st century. Still we Yeah, remember William Shakespeare, and we consider he was the god of literature, was the god of literature. Not that one. So this is William Shakespeare. I told you something about William Shakespeare. This is a short description. This is short descriptions about William Shakespeare. You can see that when you read your English textbook, you can see the an introduction part. You can see some points related to William Shakespeare. So these are the points that are already included in your text, and some more points are already I added in the slide for you. Okay. Then, so this is a famous quote of William Shakespeare. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. No, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. So this is a famous quote by William Shakespeare. So here, so this is about William Shakespeare. I give you a short descriptions about William Shakespeare. We want to study. I want to say a lot about William Shakespeare. This is a little descriptions about William Shakespeare because we have no much time for to speak about William Shakespeare. That is why I just minimize what we say. I just include the facts related to William Shakespeare on this class. Okay, and what do you feel? You understand that one? Do you understand? Do you understand William Shakespeare? So if you want, you can stop slide and you can add in your book. Okay, if you want to write some more points, you can stop the video and you can write it. You can write in your notebook. You can write the things related to William Shakespeare in your notebook. Okay, so when we write an essay, you should write an introduction paragraph about William Shakespeare. So, okay, in any poem, if you select any poem to write an essay, firstly, you should write something about the writer. You should write something about the writer. I will give the details about the writer in the first class. Okay, every chapter I will give a short descriptions about the writer. So you should write some poems. No need of write everything. No need of write everything. But you should select some of the important points, some of the important points about the writer, about the author, and you should write in your notebook. And you can select and you can write it in your okay. Firstly, you should write something about the author. So you can select some of the points here and you can add in your notebook. Okay, stop the video and you can write it there. Okay, is it enough? Okay, ready? മനസ്സിലായില്ലേ എല്ലാം വില്യം ഷേക്സ്പിയറെ കുറിച്ച്. സോ ദീസ് ആർ ദ തിങ്സ് ദാറ്റ്സ് റിലേറ്റഡ് ടു വില്യം ഷേക്സ്പിയർ ആൻഡ് യു ഷുഡ് by heart some of the works of William Shakespeare, some of the plays of William Shakespeare. I know you know very well about that, some of the plays of William Shakespeare, because he was very familiar to you. That's why no need of say something more about him. Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, Merchant of Venice, and the important one, Merchant of Venice, and and Julius Caesar, Othello, Hamlet, The Taming of the Shrew, Winter's Tale, and Dreamforth. Many works are there. Sonnet 154 sonnet already be there. So I will discuss. I will come to the matter related to the sonnet. I will take the class in the next session related to the sonnet. Okay, I will take the class the next day, means the next class. Okay, and so these are about William Shakespeare. So these are about the great writer, great playwright William Shakespeare, and all of you should write the introduction in your notebook about William Shakespeare. I think you have no textbook. That is why I gave you just like this slide, and you stop the video and write something related to the topic related to William Shakespeare. You should write in your notebook. Okay, ready? So after that, I will take the poem for you, means the sonnet for you. Okay, ready? You write it there. Here you write it in your notebook. Okay, so we will meet in the next class. Till then, bye. If you have any suggestion, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, if you have any doubt or if you have any suggestions, you can ask me. Okay, all of you, take care. Have a nice day. Bye. See you.